On the Foreign and International Monetary Fund approves support package for Egypt. In sport, Nigeria and the Republic submit bid to host AFCON 2025. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Ministry of Transportation has appealed to young engineers to be diligent and dedicated in service. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Abdulafiz Toriola, made the appeal during a program organized by mechanical engineer professionals in Lagos State Public Service to celebrate his new office as a permanent secretary. Toriola urged the transportation family to work in line with their mandate to achieve the letter T of the theme's agenda, which is transportation and traffic management.
Mechanical engineering professionals in the Lagos State civil service, I want to recognize all of you. And my people from my constituency, I told them, I said, VIS is my constituency, I cannot leave VIS. They must continue to perform and do the work in line with their mandate. So they must do that.
Chairman on the occasion, Ayodeji Adeneko, said the permanent secretary is a dedicated, hard-working public servant that is worthy to be celebrated. Adeneko noted that the program also included celebrating retired mechanical engineers as a means of recognizing and rewarding their efforts.
Engineer Toriola is a very diligent worker, young one.
What we're doing is actually a mechanical engineering family affair, honoring our members that have retired and our member that was appointed permanent secretary in the Lagos State Civil Service. My advice is that they should be diligent in all they do.
Adeneko noted members of retired engineers in civil service commended the permanent secretary for his tremendous contribution towards achieving a greater Lagos.
Engineer Toriola is a very diligent worker. Young ones to be diligent in their work.
I'm very happy because it's very close and they're hardworking. You know, he headed vehicle inspection office for many years, which is very demanding. And I think it's a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah for the position in Medina. And we pray Allah to guide him and give him long life on that position.
The Data Protection Team for the Ministry of Science and Technology and the Public Service Standards and Performance Team have taken a sensitization and awareness campaign exercise to 22 MDAs in the first and second phases of the program. Director of Public Affairs in the Ministry, Bola Akingbade, said the project started with 14 strategically chosen MDAs that deal with a lot of personal data in the first phase of the exercise, noting that representatives of the selected MDAs have gone through data protection, audit compliance and monitoring training. Akingbade said 8 additional MDAs chosen in the second phase of the project have also gone through sensitization and awareness training on data protection. Akingbade averred that the Lagos State government also recognizes that data is today one of the most valuable resources for businesses and government to thrive, and the responsibilities around its privacy and protection are among the biggest challenges. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has massively deployed personnel to public places, including worship centers, to ensure adequate security at Christmas and New Year celebrations. And this is according to a statement by NSCDC Director, Public Relations, Olushola Odumosu. It said the NSCDC Commandant General Hamed Audi ordered commanders at state and national levels to deploy additional plainclothes and uniformed officers to the field, including public places, to effective patrols to address criminality. And now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has advised traders across the country to desist from selling goods on highways in order to avoid unnecessary loss of lives, especially during Yuletide. Acting Corps Marshal Dauda Biu said The advice was important so as to prevent vehicles running into those selling goods on the roads. BU expressed concern over the number of casualties recorded from crashes that involved roadside traders. It said such sellers, apart from obstructing the flow of traffic, exposed their lives to danger on the roads, leading to loss of lives and properties. The FRIC acting Corps Marshal also warned drivers who drive on one way to desist from such acts, especially during Yuletide, to avoid unnecessary gridlock. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has received another batch of 266 stranded Nigerians from neighboring Niger Republic. Its Director General, Mustafa Hamid Habib, said this while receiving the returnees at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano State. Hamid Habib, who was represented by NEMA Coordinator Kano Territorial Office Nuruddin Abdullahi, said the returnees arrived at the international wing of the airport. In foreign news now, the International Monetary Fund has approved a deal that will provide a $3 billion support package to cash-strapped Egypt over almost 4 years, with the agreement expected to draw in an additional $14 billion in financing for the country. The support package, announced known as an extended fund facility arrangement, will not require the Egyptian government to cut spending on subsidies, but will strengthen the social protection network for citizens. Egypt's economy has been hit by higher oil and food prices following the coronavirus pandemic and the war in Ukraine, with the Egyptian pound losing 36% of its value against the dollar since March. In sport now, Nigeria and Benin Republic have submitted a joint bid to co-host the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. According to Egypt, the two West African neighbors have submitted their application to the Confederation of African Football, CAF. It would be recorded that Nigeria co-hosted the 2000 AFCON finals with Ghana. Meanwhile, CAF will inspect facilities of all the interested countries between January 5 and 25. That's it on the news at 4, but just before we go, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on our website, www.trafficradio961.ng, and follow us on our various social media platforms: Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, from Play Store for more traffic updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration embarked on the implementation of gradual phase-out of lay police prosecutors at Magistrate Court in Lagos State? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Ministry of Transportation has appealed to young engineers to be diligent and dedicated in service. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRIC, has advised traders across the country to desist from selling goods on highways in order to avoid unnecessary loss of lives, especially during the Yuletide. We also told you that the International Monetary Fund has approved a deal that will provide a $3 billion support package to cash-strapped Egypt over almost 4 years, with the agreement expected to draw in an additional $14 billion in financing for the country. And finally, in sport, Nigeria and Benin Republic have submitted a joint bid to co-host the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to newsroom@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebeshi. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
Guy, this drink go finish am. If I never reach 10 bottles, I no dey comot for here.
How you go take 10 bottles? Must you be high?
Tommy, now when your guy don't dey take 10 bottles of drink.
Let me ask him. I no even understand this my guy again.
Okay, I hear you now, but if I never reach